I got some bad news. Bad news indeed. Jermall Charlo, lines only, yeah. The fight is canceled. I said Jermall Charlo's fight is canceled. In this video, I'll break down why. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I made this, guys, on my Instagram. I made this for you guys. Canceled. Jermall Charlo was slated to appear on the Errol Spence Junior card. Errol Spence, of course, fighting Tim Tszyu. You had two Texas boys up on that thing. But now that fight is not happening. Not happening indeed. Reason being, Jermall Charlo will not compete on the Errol Spence Tim Tszyu card in Australia after being denied a travel visa to Australia, actually. Charlo was on target with his contracted weight. I included that. So that wasn't even the issue. Making weight, because some people, rumors start and people are like, oh, Charlo wasn't ready. He posted this video. He said he's not in Australia yet, but he's ready, waiting on a call. This was before the unfortunate news that the plug had been pulled, right? So you can't really fault Charlo. He was making the contracted weight, no problem. I feel bad for him, right? Because he's had his own uphill battles and family issues and all this type of stuff. And he posted this. Unfortunately, I will not be able to fight next Saturday. I've been training nonstop for the last 3 months and was ready to make a statement. I want to apologize to all my fans and let them know I will keep training and be back on a PBC event very soon. So you got to feel for the guy. He went through it with mental health issues and whatnot, kept him out the ring. People badmouthed his name, said he was washed, said he'll never be the same. And then he gets back with Ronnie Shields. It appears to me that he was locked in, right? I had been watching. It looked like he was in tremendous shape, right? So he was taking it serious. He was in shape. He looked like he was training hard, staying away from like BS. The only time he really did anything extracurricular, I seen he did an interview with Andre Berto, but that's part of promotion. Look at his pictures. He looking in shape, looking like the old Charlo, just like Errol Spence, looking in shape, looking like the old Errol. So you got to feel for Charlo having a fight canceled. It looked like this was going to be a good opportunity for him and Errol Spence to showcase, look how lean he was looking. This is the best shape he's been in since before the mental health stuff. So locked in, ready to go. And for some reason, he's not able to obtain a visa to Australia. Look, Errol Spence and him both dialed in, both in shape. Now, I don't really know how it works down under with the whole visa situation, because I remember Devin Haney was about to fight against George Kambosos in Australia, and then same thing happened with his father and trainer Bill Haney. They were like, nope, you got priors, you got whatever was going on in your background check, and it was a hassle. But for Bill Haney, he was able to, they still granted him access, albeit it was very late. So if you watch the first Kambosos fight, right? The first Kambosos fight, Bill Haney wasn't there for a lot of the fight week stuff until the day of. He was reunited with Dev. So I don't know Jermall Charlo's whole pedigree and history, but can his whatever he has on his jacket, can it be really any worse than Bill Haney or other people who have traveled to Australia before? You know what I mean? Because I think if it was anything super crazy, we probably would have heard about it by now. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to see Charlo beat on an Australian fighter. I don't know. It seemed like they be tripping in Australia granting the visas, and it's unfortunate. Now, the other thing I will say, in all fairness, is I don't see how this visa stuff is always a problem. Like, are they waiting to the last minute to check? Like, I don't know. I feel like if people are booked for a fight, right? You're booked to fight over there. The fight it's not like it was put together last minute, right? Plenty of notice, plenty of time. I just feel like nobody could check and make sure, or I haven't went to Australia, so I don't know the parameters or whatever. But in my mind, I would imagine there has to be some way to check to see if it's likely that you'll be granted entry into a country before the week of, you know what I mean? So and it's not just them. We keep seeing this. We keep seeing like, oh, this fight got canceled because visa issues, right? There was a Golden Boy card recently where that happened. And I'm just like, is everybody just waiting and not getting the proper clearance until the week before and then running into the obstacle and they don't have enough time to solve it? So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I am a fan of the Charlo brothers, right? I like how they fight. I think they're good for boxing. So you got to feel for the guy. At least I do. You guys let me know in the comment section. But it sucks because he's an important player in or around his division. And I wanted to see him get one in, pause, come back. He looked like he was dedicated to his craft again. I mean, look at him. He looked in shape for real, right? Looked like he was ready to go. And then now he can't get the fight over some visa issue that, in my mind, I feel like that could have been deciphered well before the week before. You know what I mean? Because people, you got to think, it's like a pay-per-view and all this type of stuff. So you want pay-per-view sales, and then one of the star attractions that was going to be on the card, no longer going to be on the card. So, you know, I know Charlo will be back. He said he'll be back on the PBC card. It's just, I don't like to see. You got to understand, boxing is already the loneliest sport in the world, not a team sport. And for me, imagine doing anything for a job for 6 to 12 weeks, different length of camps for different people, but training for something for your job, and then you don't get paid in the end. And you spent money. Like, you got to spend on nutrition. You got to maybe a gym membership, sparring partners, blah, blah, blah. And you output money, and then you don't get money because of visa issues because you can't fight and you're a prize fighter, so you fight for a prize. That has got to suck. And even if, like, let's say PBC compensates him, I highly doubt you'll get your full purse off of, like, visa issues, you know? Maybe you'll get the full purse if your opponent missed weight or tested positive or something, but I don't know. I don't know that Charlo will get his full purse for a canceled fight. Moreover, he has to just wait and then reschedule and then that kind of thing. So I just feel like it's discouraging, you know what I mean? Discouraging to put in all that type of work and forget the money part about it. Who wants to put in all this mad work and you want to release the tension so you can get back to having sex with your girl, or, you know, eating without the sacrifice and not having to eat as clean. And then now you got to pretty much put it on hiatus because you don't get to fulfill that training camp and have an end result with the fight. And then now you got to be on deck and still kind of, I mean, because it don't make sense to start eating crazy and then gain a bunch of weight, get up to 215 pounds, and then PBC says, hey, we want you to fight in September. And then now you got to lose weight again. So Charlo got to lock in. This is the dark side of boxing. A lot of people don't talk about the ups and downs and people testing positive or visa issues or fights getting canceled for any old reason. That has to hurt. That has to suck. So I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for when people make this type of sacrifice and show this type of discipline, and then they don't even get to reap the benefits and get an outcome to all their inputs. So Charlo fight, not gonna happen. Australia, get it together. You knew he was coming over there. What's the problem? Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.